What is freedom? In America, it's often defined by choice, convenience, and wide-open spaces. But what if, overnight, the nation woke up to a different definition? A European one. This isn't an upgrade. It's a social experiment gone haywire. A fever dream where American life is forced into a European framing. What happens when a culture built on more, faster, now, collides or integrates with one that values just enough, slower, maybe later? The result isn't paradise, it's chaos.
So, from healthcare to cars, let's break down all the things that are about to hilariously go wrong when the European way of life invades America.
First, the healthcare hangover. The good news, your healthcare is now, quote, free. The bad news, everything else. An Arizonan with a hip injury is told he can get his replacement in 18 months. A mother in Chicago trying to get an ADHD diagnosis for her son is placed on a glorious government wait list, and the cost is hidden, not gone. Americans open their first new paychecks to find a staggering 45% has vanished into taxes. They have health care, but no money for rent. They've traded insurance premiums for bureaucratic paralysis and the soul-crushing realization that free is the most expensive word in the dictionary. Second, the Great Tip Collapse. A career bartender in Las Vegas, used to clearing 6 figures a year in tips, is now handed his first government-mandated living wage. It's a devastating pay cut. Across the country, the service industry's top earners are furious. In Miami, a waitress who once thrived on hustle and charm is now a salaried, indifferent, state-sanctioned food bringer. The incentive to provide excellent service is gone, and the vibrant, customer-focused American dining experience is replaced by a shrug and a 45-minute wait for the bill. Third, the disaster of forced nap. It's 2 p.m., and the entire American supply chain grinds to a halt for a mandatory nap. A shipment of critical parts for a Detroit factory sits idle. Amazon Prime's 2-day delivery becomes a 2-week, we'll get to it when we get to it. In New York City, the city that never sleeps, global finance is thrown into chaos by a forced siesta. The American economy, a finely tuned engine of 24/7 productivity, now pauses and stalls. The verdict is instant. A nap you can't choose isn't rest. It's a prison sentence. Fourth, the crisis of comfort. It's August in Florida, and the air conditioning is gone, banned for its environmental impact. Offices are sweltering pits of misery. The new mandatory siesta is useless when your home is a 95-degree sweatbox. Productivity plummets, not from rest, but from heat stroke. Then there are the bathrooms. An American family on vacation in the newly Europeanized California is horrified by their hotel shower, a small, curtainless stall with a drain in the middle of the floor. The toilets have complex, multi-button flush systems that seem designed to confuse. The nation that invented the walk-in closet is now trapped in a world of inconvenient, poorly designed spaces. Fifth, the Great Bicycle Invasion. In the sprawling suburbs of Dallas, a family's F-150 pickup truck has been replaced by 2 bicycles. The nearest grocery store is an 8-mile ride in blistering heat. The promised high-speed rail is a decade from completion. They are stranded in a transportation desert. The war on the car doesn't create walkable paradises, it creates isolated prisoners. The American landscape designed for the automobile physically rejects the European model. The freedom of the open road has been replaced by the tyranny of the bus schedule. Sixth, the passive-aggressive paralysis and sugarcoating of words. In a Silicon Valley boardroom, a project is failing. But instead of direct feedback, engineers are told their work is a courageous effort with some interesting questions. Nothing gets fixed. The American preference for blunt honesty is replaced by a maddeningly polite and indirect style that grinds all progress to a halt. Deals fall apart. Deadlines are missed. The get-it-done spirit is buried under layers of consensus-seeking and a mortal fear of offending anyone. Seventh,
The small business shutdown.
The mandatory 30-day vacation is a dream for corporate employees. For the owner of a small diner in Ohio with 4 employees, it's a death sentence. He's forced to close for the entire month of August, losing his most profitable season, because of mandatory vacation compliance laws. The policy, meant to provide rest, instead bankrupts the backbone of the American economy. It's a stark reminder that a one-size-fits-all rule doesn't work in a nation built by entrepreneurs.
8th, the honest price sticker shock. The price on the tag is finally the price you pay. A bottle of Coke is no longer $1.99 plus tax. It's just $3.50. The honesty is refreshing, but the price is horrifying. With value-added tax baked into every single item, the true cost of the new free society is revealed. Americans stare at their empty wallets and realize they've traded a little mathematical inconvenience for a permanent state of being broke.
So, what happens when you force one culture's utopia onto another? You don't get the best of both worlds. You get a chaotic mess that satisfies no one. The experiment reveals that American comforts, air conditioning, cars, customer service aren't just luxuries. They are fundamental parts of the nation's identity. It forces us to ask a difficult question. In the global pursuit of a better life, how much of your own comfort, convenience, and money are you willing to sacrifice for someone else's idea of paradise?